Hi, everybody. My name is Matt Edwards with Rymar Group. Wanted to introduce myself quickly and this video to some of you that we hope will be helpful. A little bit of context of who we are. A bunch of us are high school friends that have been doing some investment over time, and one of our physician friends landed on drip. And as part of that, we were luckily introduced to Dr. Kelly Snook, who to me is one of the most amazing brains that I've ever seen when it comes to this kind of thing. And if you guys have been fortunate enough to look at Dr. Kelly Snook's personal drip calculator and watch this video, I'll have a link to it in the notes here on YouTube. But I highly suggest that you do that and look for her in Telegram and some other things, because she's a PhD rocket scientist and really has put some thought into the best strategies for drip. So our tool and our video that we've created is really to help kind of normalize or make it a little bit easier for people to understand what exactly the options are and how to look at what it is that Kelly's created. So a couple things to keep in mind, if you don't mind. We would like you to do your own research. This is not financial advice. We are certainly not crypto, financial, or Excel masterminds. And it's intended to help you look at Kelly's or some strategies for hydrating and claiming your drip over time based on a number of factors, as you see, and we'll talk about it as we go. I don't need to read you. And then the idea being that you all can refer to this as key elements change, and those may influence your strategy. And then finally, and probably most importantly, the camera does add 10 pounds. It has nothing to do with the amount of chocolate I've consumed during COVID. If you guys do like this, we'd like you to consider using our buddy link going forward, so that maybe we can benefit from some of the good work that we're trying to do as well. So as not being an expert in much of this, please bear with me as I try to find the next thing I want to share here. It is our multi-wallet strategy calculator that we have created, and I'm going to generate it for you right now. So here we go. Okay. Pardon me. So here is Dr. Snook, Kelly's YouTube channel. You can see I've looked at some things from James Pelton and other drip influencers here. But we've created this on Google Sheets for you to utilize. So one of the things that when Kelly's drip calculator, you're able to go in here and look at multi-factors and put things in. And then she has 10 hydration templates here that you can plug into one of the wallets and try to see how, as you can see here in column E, see how that might influence things over time. And the results automatically generate here in the calculator. Again, we're assuming that most of you have seen this and are familiar with it. Well, the problem for me was that I couldn't remember what I did with one template or the other, and then I got so confused learning this whole new language in the first place that we decided to create a dashboard view of it. Yes, this is hard to see, but I wanted to show it to you in 50% here so that you can see the 10 templates, and they're all listed here below. If you put in some key factors, how those templates all extrapolate out. Again, the idea here being that, any of us could come in and only, and I want to stress this, only input data in the yellow squares here on the dashboard, nowhere else, or else the system will break. And it will populate what it is that you're looking for. So as you can see here, optimal default is the first template, hydrate until 27.3 drip is the second template, and on and on. I was looking at one wallet here with 2.93 drip for somebody in the rocket science Telegram group this morning. And, I wanted to just demonstrate how this might look if we did, let's say, 3 wallets. And I think it's 23 drip that we have here. Right now, we're showing the initial price of drip being what it was bought at, just so we can get an idea of, the return on our investment. So it has, the number of the amount of money you've actually put into it. Okay. And you can see here, we're going to be watching Google do its work here quite often today. The current price of drip is automatically generated from CoinMarketCap. Just again, as a reference, you can put your start date or today's date in there if you'd like. And if you would like, you can do total change percent per day on top of what we think is a pretty neat tool here, where we're able to change the price of drip every 6 months. And the reason that you might look at doing something that isn't flat, obviously, is because the price changes. And so if you want to see what happens if the price goes way up or the price goes way down, or fluctuates every 6 months or so, those are all different scenarios that you can run. And then as you see, you work your way all the way out here to the right, depending on the amount of drip and depending on your time horizon, whether it's 3 years, 6 years, 7 years, whatever it may be, you can kind of analyze what might be the most optimal version of this for you. So now what we're looking at here is we put this amount of drip in, okay? And you can see over here to the right that the calculating is still happening. All of these should build in real time, and I apologize that it takes a while, especially it looks like when we're on video. But the concept here is that you can really at a glance see what the strategy might be, which template makes the most sense for you. You can go into the calculator view here if you'd like, this tab here. And, it gives you another look at it that's not quite dashboard. It's got, the same awesome graphs that Kelly made. And instead of wallets now, I want to be clear that we're showing different templates. So we're really looking at one template being template 2 and the number of drip in that template and how it extrapolates out. Okay. And then if you wanted to, you could go into each template to just make sure that you're looking at what's happening in those templates. So this is the auto-tuned optimal default by Kelly here. We were looking at it a little bit earlier. And then you can see these little gray bars have been added where if we want to change the price of drip on the dashboard, okay, again, not in here, it will automatically change the price here, which would then influence the outcome. So if you wanted to, you could look at all these templates. And then another thing that I think is important to point out is that, for example, some of these are not auto-tuned, meaning that there's no intelligence in here. They're just ones and zeros. So the only other place outside of the dashboard, I would say, that you could come and try to influence some things as far as strategy goes is some of these that are, quote, not auto-tuned by Kelly, these templates. And you might want to change some strategies here by entering zeros, ones, or other numbers, so that means do nothing. And then you can see how those might compare in the dashboard view with the auto-tuned versions. So down here again, I've got some of them noted that are not auto-tuned, where you might want to go into template 7 or 8 here, 6, 7, or 8, and maybe change some of those. But other than that, you should have the ability to see this work kind of in an auto-tuned fashion because of Kelly's wizardry. I don't know why it's taking quite so long. I apologize. I'm on a fiber and thought that this would be much quicker, but I think my computer doesn't like all that's happening right now. But hopefully you're going to start to see here some of these numbers changing, and some of my conditional formatting starting to pop up. Of all the things that have been difficult about this, for some reason, conditional formatting has been the most difficult. And so I apologize if that doesn't work itself out all the way, but now you can see that it's starting to churn a little bit here. So we've got, what the number of drip here is 23 total. And as that grows, obviously that might turn into 30, 40, 100 drip. And as you want to look at it, your strategy may change in year 2 or year 3. So we thought that it was helpful to have a dashboard to kind of glance at as things change, and then give a little bit more flexibility around price changing every 6 months. So not our smarts, if you will. Full credit to Kelly, and really just trying to put a layer on top of it for you all to take a look at. So unfortunately, it does look like this is going to take too long, but my intent was to try to show you how to specifically move just these so that you could get familiar with the tool. I would encourage you to make a copy of it, save it for yourselves, and jump in here and change some of these features. Okay. And then if you, again, feel like there's some value here, we've left our buddy address, and we'd like you to consider adding us to the team. We are under Kelly. And so, ultimately you'll be working with her group and some of the fantastic folks we've met there. I would also encourage you to look at the Drip Oracle. I found that to be an amazing tool. It can be found at drip.oracle.com. You can put in your wallets and see in real time what's happening with them in a dashboard view. So you could take our strategy tool, watch Kelly's video, do some strategy, and then see how it all plays out on the Oracle. And then from there, if you so chose, you could come back to this dashboard and change some of your scenarios over time. I guess I'm going to let this play out just for a few more minutes. I thought it'd be a little bit more useful, and I apologize, but we want to just have you see how this all works itself through. So total invested has now changed. We've got a number of drip per wallet has now changed. I have kept the pricing steady at this point, just with a number that's been plugged in. And you can see that the number of days to your return on initial investment, earnings after 3 months, some of them are 0 for different strategies. And then a quick snapshot of what happens total in year 7. Wanted to point out that we added a year 7 because the lower the amount of drip, sometimes you need that 7th year to make your full income there. And so as you work your way all the way through, I've added a per wallet here so that you understand that this is per wallet. And I think one of the things that Kelly is very effectively pointed out to me is the overall end result is the same for each, really. It's just the amount of distribution in time. So the more drip that you put in, the faster you should see results, the less it takes a little bit longer. But it really is a matter of the total per is going to just about be the same in the end. I personally like a multi, and I know that this is not a correct way to state this all the time, so bear with me. I like a multi-wallet strategy. Because as you can see here, you've got a per wallet cumulative, but then because there's 3 wallets here, okay, now all of a sudden the total has really, obviously tripled. So by having this dashboard, I can look at what I'm trying to do in my first 3 years or even 2 years. That might be my time horizon for many reasons. There might be reasons I wanted to do something for monthly income earlier on and really focus on that. That might influence my strategy. Or if I wanted to be a little bit longer term, then we can see which one highlights here and what might be, my best approach from a strategic perspective. So, that's it. I was going to do a few others, but it does look like it's going to take too long. So I would encourage you to maybe jump in here. And I've got a friend that's got over 500 drip. And so his strategy might be different than mine, right? My strategy might be different than yours, et cetera, et cetera. So, look for us on on Medium. We're going to write an article about this with some screenshots. I'm available in the under Rymar group, under the Rocket Science Telegram group. And you certainly can DM me. I would ask that you don't DM anybody else in the group with questions about this, because they are inundated enough with the genius that they're putting forward. So hope you got some value out of this. Please reach out anytime. And again, we're just trying to help find a way for people to understand what the capabilities are of drip as many factors change. So appreciate you bearing with us here. And again, we're not experts at Excel nor making videos, clearly, apologize. Are trying to just be normal people, helping other normal people figure this out and navigate a way to hopefully change your lives as well. Best wishes, everybody, and we'll see you again sometime.